Point number 8 in I Spy with My Little I, self-induced stress, is called keeping half the score. So that's a phenomenon where we focus mainly on our errors and mistakes and ignore our positives or accomplishments. Very often in therapy, I encounter clients who are distraught over errors and mistakes that they have made or that they might make in business or home or personal life. And they are very hard on themselves and they are very self-denigrating. And they say, oh, I should have done this, or I shouldn't have done that, or whatever it is, whatever self-talk that, again, keeps their cortisol high and their heart racing. And I listen and I remind them that the fact of the matter is making mistakes is very human. It's supremely human. It is what we do. It is a core part of the human condition. Additionally, making mistakes puts us in a position to learn a great deal about our journey. Whatever it is we made a mistake with, that is typically the venue or the avenue where we're going to learn the most. And so making a mistake should not induce shame. But even when it does, understanding that making a mistake is a supreme part of the learning process. We remember the things we learned the hard way. At least we should. We're more likely to remember the things we learned the hard way than we are to remember things that came easy to us. So making a mistake is okay. It provides an opportunity to learn as much as we can. And it provides an opportunity to be reminded that we are simply amazingly, fallibly human. And so my response to that is, if you're going to keep the score, keep the whole score. If you're looking at the mistakes, look at the positive column as well. Look at what you have accomplished. Look at all of the right moves that you have made. And very often you will find that there are more items in the plus column than the negative column. Now, again, mistakes are human and they are nothing to be ashamed of, especially when you can take them as a great learning opportunity. However, it is right to look at the positive column as well and keep the whole score. And not just keeping the whole score for yourself. I often encourage people to keep the whole score for their loved ones. People come in, they're complaining about a spouse making a mistake or upsetting them in some way. And I encourage them, again, after we process the stress, the upset, we talk about, well, let's look on the plus in the plus column as well. Same thing for children, same thing for friends. If we learn to keep the whole score for ourselves, meaning acknowledge our mistakes, learn from them as much as we can, and also keep in mind all the positives as well, when we learn to keep the whole score for ourselves, it'll be much easier to keep the whole score for other people and not allow the very presence of mistakes made by ourselves or made by someone else to have us in such distress that we are inducing stress in ourselves. So again, if you're going to keep the score, keep the whole score. And by all means, learn from your mistakes and give yourself credit for simply being human.